71 from Donovan Mitchell.
60 points, 21 rebounds.
He's got 52.
50 points here for Giannis.
What if I told you all of this happened within 1 week? Actually, this all happened within a week.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I am perplexed.
But forget the 50-point games because it seems like 40 is the new 30. If we take a look at the number of 40-point games per season throughout the modern era, the NBA has fluctuated around 50 to 100. Rules change, defenses adjust, but the past few years we began to see this go up, especially with 3-point attempts also going up. Look at Curry, man. But 3-point attempts haven't went up this year, so we shouldn't see that big of a jump.
What the fuck?
Yes, right now, the NBA is on pace to have 195 40-point games, a 76-game increase from last season, and almost 60 games above the highest in NBA history. The NBA just turned 75 years old, and crazy enough, there's been 75 different times individual players averaged 30 points per game in a season. My math says that's one a year. Last year, Embiid was the only player to average 30, but this season is different. Here's a chart of the number of 30-point per game scorers by season. Multiple seasons with 0, a few with 2 and 3, and this year we have 6. Durant could be number 7 at 29.9. The NBA is broken. 3 of the top 9 performances all time in the modern era happened this season. So it's not only scoring. Donovan had 11 assists to go with 71 points. Luka had triple-double that Wilt couldn't even match. But if you're liking the content, to 25% of you that are subscribed, thank you. Trying to get to 1 mil in 2023. Got a video this week the media definitely missed. We've never had 3 top 10 performances in the same season. But all of these games are from who you would expect. If we take a look at the list of 50-point games this season, it's not like Saddiq Bey just randomly had 50. Sorry, Bey fans. It's from players who are stars, scorers, and Jordan Poole, who probably used the power of the baddies. But if you look at the list of best games, you begin to notice that a lot of these extremely high game scores are more recent, in the past 5 years. A lot to do with the 3-point line for sure, but we haven't had a crazy year-over-year jump like this. So is it just the talent level, or is it something else? Well, I looked at it. I compiled a bunch of different stats going all the way back to the start of the modern era, and sometimes even before that. And we found a couple of things. And don't worry, we're gonna break down all these stats. What is up, dudes, cadets, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. Right now, we have 4 Wilt-like usage guys, with 3 in the all-time top 10 in usage this season alone. Stars are being asked to do everything despite what position they play. We have Giannis playing point forward, running the offense.
Transition, look at this behind.
Luka, a 6'8" guard out here working in the post and grabbing 9 boards a game. And then we have Joel Embiid, a dominant 7-footer hitting step-back threes. But we all saw this coming, right? There was the unicorn movement. Most big men that couldn't shoot became obsolete. Sorry, Roy Hibbert.
That's tough.
Switch defense became popular around 2014 with Chris Bosh and the Miami Heat, and then Draymond and the Warriors, so bigs were expected to be able to stay with guards on the perimeter. At first, it was the smaller bigs that could stay, but eventually we got big men trying to be like KD, able to handle the ball, create their own shots, and now this season is the highest number of big men averaging over 5 assists per game. Part of that also has to be the Nikola Jokic effect, because Jokic, a center, is running an entire offense.
Take it today. Oh!
Which means other teams in the league are giving their centers more chances to run plays. There are currently 27 players with a usage rate above 30%. Of those, 22 have a true shooting above league average. So ball dominance plus efficiency. 10 years ago, there were only 9 players who averaged 20 points per game. This year, there are 43. There are more players than ever averaging over 7 3-point attempts per game. 32 to be exact. That's 6 more than last season, even though the overall 3-point attempts in league is down, the lowest in 3 years. So what does that mean? What we're seeing is that teams are relying more and more on their stars to create offense and other players to do a very specific role. Being top heavy is almost becoming a standard, specifically due to players niching down into their roles. There's more space space than ever in today's game with teams using multiple shooters. I mean, look at the spacing throughout the years. Double teams could literally be accidental with how little spacing there was in the early 2000s. Now, with high pick and rolls and shooters, any double team will usually lead to a good shot from a capable shooter, so there could be more one-on-one isolation by stars. It's easy to be an old head and blame the lack of defense, and there may be some truth to that. There's no hand checking, 3 seconds in the paint means gone are days of enforcers and rim protectors running the league. The top 5 scorers in the paint are averaging 17.34 points. That's the highest number since 2000. It's almost as if offenses are taking a page out of the LeBron surrounded with shooters offense, but replace LeBron with any star capable of handling the ball. James Harden and the Rockets were an extreme version of that, and now stars just get everyone to space and clear out and go to work. Blocks and steals are also near their lowest levels ever. All this may be contributing to the highest field goal percentage across the league since 1993, and the highest effective field goal percentage ever at 54.1%, with the 3rd highest pace since 1989. But the effective field goal percentage back then was 49% when 3-point attempts were under 7 a game. What is alarming is the contest rate. Stat tracking for contests don't go super far back, only until 2014. Back in 2014, the average contest rate hovered above 18%, and each year it has went further and further down. This season, it's under 8%. Not only have we trended down, but simply put, defenses can't and at times just don't keep up with offenses, leading to a whole lot more wide open shots. And if we look at where the money is going, 3-point specialists get more money than defensive specialists. So the focus is clearly on offense. So maybe the old heads are right, at least for the earlier part of the 2010s. Part of this is also the landing rules for jump shots, the Kawhi rules, and the more forgotten freedom of movement rules in 2018, emphasizing allowing players to move without getting bumped or grabbed. Essentially, it allowed smaller guards and shooters to get to whatever spot they wanted with the rules on their side. The NBA wanted what we are seeing right now, players getting more range to shoot. Scoring outbursts have usually led to higher viewership and ratings. It's why hand checking was removed to help scoring in the mid-2000s until it didn't. Remember when Team USA struggled to begin the Olympics, losing for the first time since 2004? It showed that NBA players were used to getting a lot more calls by exaggerating contact and complaining. Of course, they adjusted and there was more of an outcry for more rules to help defenders, so that games didn't just devolve into becoming free throws.
No skill at all.
Ratings fell for the 2020-21 season, and last season there were actual rule changes to prevent offensive players from initiating contact. It led to some hilarious failed foul baiting. Viewership went up, but we were duped. Right now is the highest free throw attempts per game in a decade. Looks like they forgot. This season, teams are averaging 113.8 points per game, which would be the highest league-wide scoring average in the modern era. It's a combination of pace, shooting, rule changes, lack of defense, but more importantly, talent levels, players sticking to a role, and an emphasis on giving stars full reign. Analytics have made it so that only shooting threes and scoring in the paint is the right option. This makes other players hyper-specialized and gives stars the control of the ball. LeBron is about to break the scoring record, a record of longevity mixed in with, of course, scoring. He's also out here dropping 47 points in year 20.
Nani?
But if this truly becomes the norm, please stop comparing stats from different eras like this. You're stupid. Greatness is relative to your competition. We're not comparing absolutes because that lacks context. Of course, players that come afterwards should be better because they gotta see the people that came before them and take parts of their game. But stats do not indicate that, not without context. All I know is that if this continues, we're gonna be complaining about too much offense because it takes away the importance of each bucket. The NBA is breaking. The all-day notification rush out goes to LJW21. Thanks for the all-day support. Giveaway winners will be announced soon. And if you want to know about an insane comeback by an NBA player, there's a video right here. And if you're still here, you will really want to comment bucket So I know. It's your boy MJ. We out and we vibe.